Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's episode, I am going to show you how to make a simple wrap skirt using a vintage skirt that I found at the thrift store. So if you want to see how, keep on watching. So the main features to look for if you are going to recreate this project is first, the skirt should be at least bigger than your actual size. So I wear size extra small and this skirt is actually extra large because you want that extra fabric so it can actually wrap or overlap each other. Number two is it should have a flat waistband all the way around. So the first thing I will do is open up one side seam where the zipper is, and then you also going to cut off the zipper because you won't be needing it. Next, I will drape it on my dress form. If you don't have a dress form, it's much easier if you ask somebody to help you do this because it's really hard to do it on yourself. See, the skirt is really big enough so I can actually overlap it on each other. And here I am just tracing a curve right on the edge of the fabric. And I am using some pins to do this. If you want to, you can mark it with a pencil, but I just thought pins are much more easier. Just be sure that you don't put the curve very high because you want it to be at least modest. You will start the curve right where the knees are. After that, I am going to trim off the excess fabric. Be sure to add at least 1/2 inch seam allowance when you do this. This is the other end of the skirt. You will do the same thing, but here I just use the fabric that I cut off from the other end as a template, so I will have the same amount of curve on the edges of the fabrics. I also trim off the pockets here because I won't be needing it, but I left the waistband because that's going to help us wrap the skirt around. I also shortened the maxi skirt, so I just kind of measured to my desired length, and then the rest I'm going to cut off. Be sure to add at least 1 inch seam allowance on the hemline. By the way, I folded the skirt in half, so I am cutting 2 layers of fabrics here. I draped it again on my dress form and it looks so nice. If you want to, you can stop right here, just hem the skirt and you are done. But I decided to use up the remaining fabrics that I cut off earlier, so I decided to turn them into ruffle. So I managed to get 4 strips of fabric from the remaining fabric, and then I'm just going to sew them together to form a very long strip of fabric. And then I base stitch it so I can gather the ruffle. And then I pin it to the edge of the fabric. Right sides of the fabric should be facing each other. Just be sure to distribute the ruffles evenly so it will look nicer. As you can see, I didn't add ruffle all the way up here because it will add volume to the tummy area and that is not flattering. I stop right at the knees. And then I am going to sew it all the way from here to the other end. Or you can also serge it like I did here. As you can see, the ruffles are not laying flat, so I will have to top stitch it. So I will top stitch it right here all the way to the other end of the skirt. I also finished the raw edges of the ruffles by double folding it and sewing it straight across. So when top stitching the skirt, be sure that the raw edges are facing down or facing the ruffle. Now all I have to do is finish the hemline of the ruffle. So this is what it looked like. I serged the raw edges. I'm actually going to leave it like this. So it will just add contrasting color on the skirt because the skirt is way too busy. So I was thinking I'm going to put a safety pin right here. I am also going to move the buttons on the side so I can secure my skirt. So this is the before and after of the finished project. You can also use this wrap skirt as a swimsuit cover up, just depending on which type of fabric you are going to use. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked this simple skirt tutorial. If you enjoyed it and it inspired you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video. That will help me tremendously. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!